Alright, what's going on YouTube? Just coming at y'all with another quick video. This video I just want to talk about the type of haircuts that I get, and I want to talk about like the length of your hair and what guard to use. What you want to keep in mind is sometimes you'll see your favorite waver and you might ask them right after they get a fresh cut, you might ask them, well, what guard did you use, because I want my hair to be that length. Keep in mind, whatever guard you get, let's say they tell you a 2 guard. Don't think that if you go to the barbershop and tell them you want yours cut with a 2 guard that your hair would be the same length. It all depends on how much hair you had on your head when you went to go get your hair cut or before your haircut. Get what I'm saying? So if let's say I get my hair cut with a 2 guard, but I was wolfing 10 weeks before I got my hair cut. Well, if I'm wolfing 10 weeks and I go get my hair cut with a 2 guard, my hair is still going to be really thick because I had a whole bunch of hair on my head. Whereas if you've only been wolfing for 4 weeks and you go to the barbershop and say, let me get a 2 guard, your hair is not going to be the same length as mine because I had a lot more hair on my head before, more than you did before you went to get your cut. So keep in mind when you're asking somebody the length or what guard they use, keep that in mind. It all depends on how much hair they had before they went and got that haircut. What I do is the most common haircut and most common term is to use the 2 guard. 2 guard is the safe haircut. Like if you don't know what to get, if you don't want to go too high, you don't want to go too low, the 2 guard is the most common cut. That's kind of the can't go wrong type of haircut. If you really want to get your waves lower, then I go with a 1.5. If I'm wolfing, if I'm like I desperately need a trim but I really want to keep growing my hair, I'll get like a 3 guard. Or if I just want to keep it really thick, I'll get a 2.5. But 80% of the time the haircut I get is a 2 guard with the grain. I want to go against the grain, but my barber wasn't, I don't know, he wasn't too happy about trying against the grain. So I haven't went that route yet, but I heard that's actually a better way to go because you get a more even cut all around. Another thing is, keep in mind the type of haircuts. If you get a taper, which tapers make your hair look good, the type of haircuts I get my hair a taper in the back. Now on the sides, be careful because it all depends on the barber. Sometimes you could tell your barber, yeah, give me a taper on the back and the sides. Sometimes they'll give you a taper and they'll do the taper too high and it cuts off your lowest wave on the side. The lowest wave that you have on the side, you want that wave there. You don't want to cut it off. You don't want to cut off the progression. So when I get my haircuts, my barber knows to give me what's called a low edge taper, which means I get a taper right above the sideburn area, and over here it's really down low, not up here. Some barbers will give you a taper all the way up here. You want your taper really low so it doesn't cut off your lowest wave. So you want to make sure your barber does that. And last thing I want to say is everybody's barber is different. My barber will pretty much do whatever I tell him to do. My barber's the type of barber, he doesn't care if he takes 10 minutes or if he takes an hour. He's going to do whatever he has to do to make sure my haircut's right. That's why I give him the money that I do, and that's why I tip him like I should. Now, when I first started off, I didn't know what to get. I didn't know about 1.5 guards, 2 guard, 3 guard. I was just like, just cut my hair low. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So if you don't know how much hair you want on your head, my barber will start off with a high guard. He'll cut me down. He'll start off with like a 3. And he'll cut it down with a 3, then he'll give me the mirror and say, is this the length you want? And I'm like, I'll tell him, no, that's too high. If I tell him it's too high, he's going to cut me down with a 2.5. And then he'll ask me again, is this the length you want? And I'm like, I'll either tell him, yep, this is good, or I'll tell him, nope, I need lower. He'll cut me down with a 2. If that's not low enough, he'll cut me down with a 1.5. My barber does that. If you have the type of barber who's willing to do that, then that's what you want to do if you don't know how much hair you want to keep on your head. Have them cut it down with each guard until you're satisfied with what the length of your hair really is. So that's another good tip you want to keep in mind. If your barber's willing to do it, if it's not on the weekend, if it's during the week, a slower day, nobody's really waiting or anything, then that's something you might want to check with them. So that's just a few tips and pointers I had as far as haircuts and everything. So till the next time, stay brushing, and I'm out.